Hey, I'm Steve Mignonti here in Halifax, Vermont, doing the junkyard crawl once again. We're at Paul Crozier's yard, where most of these cars are going to get crushed within the next month or so, including this 1959 Pontiac Star Chief Vista hardtop. Sad thing. But with that said, 1959 was the birth of Pontiac's wide track era. They said 64-inch wide track, which is the distance between the center line of the wheel on each side, which was 5 inches wider than a Chevrolet. So again, first year, 1959 for the wide track styling, which Pontiac used that styling gimmick right through the 1960s and into the early 70s, including in the NASCAR era of the 1980s, wide track Pontiacs. But again, it starts right here. And again, lower, longer, wider. And the whole styling of this car is very much meant to accentuate the width of the car. Two grills, all of them, they're horizontal, very low and wide. And here's the beginning of sort of the Pontiac beak right here, which separates the two halves of the grill. And behind the grill, the radiator is gone. But that's the 389 two-barrel, which was the base engine on this car. And that's the first year right there for the 389, which was the 370 of 1958 with a quarter-inch longer stroke. Same bore, but again, by giving it a quarter-inch longer stroker, 370 becomes a 389, which would live on until 1966, powering GTOs and all kinds of Pontiacs of various types. And tri-power was possible on this car, as was a four-barrel. This is a two-barrel, just very mundane engine, if you will. But here's car life right here. This is the new cars of 1959. And here's the Pontiac wide track right there compared to the other cars of the day. You can see it's actually wider. And inside, there's a nice little review, lower right-hand corner right there, the Pontiac and all the new stuff for Pontiac. The wide track stuff was more than just a slogan in advertising. And the drums, the suspension, the frame, everything's wider. The axles is actually wider by 5 inches than a Chevrolet. And with that said, even the wheels were used in the recipe. The spider and the hoop, the spider's actually further in. You can see it's got more of a deep dish to it, specific to Pontiacs right there. There's a thing called the 8-lug aluminum wheel, which arrived in 1950 or 60, first year for the 8-lug aluminum brake drum with the bolt-on wheels. That came along from the 60, but again, these are unique wheels for the 1959 wide track Pontiacs right here. Now, this is a Vista hardtop, which means it doesn't have door frames. It's actually a hardtop. And when the windows go down, it's open air right there. So this is called the Vista hardtop. The Vista was all about no pillar. And so a great, kind of the top of the line Pontiac for 1959. So at the back of the car, again, the wraparound windshield and backlight right there, very uncommon. Try to find one of those. I hope they save that before the crusher comes in, but we'll have to see. And in the 50s, tail fins were a big deal. If 2 was good, 4 was better. Pontiac had 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the tail, again, the styling accentuates the width of the car. Beautiful taillights on these things, the ovals. The brake light's beautiful. And the fuel filler is on this side. I believe it's on this side. Anyway, but with that said, the back of the car is beautiful. The trunk lid comes right down, swooping like this, and just long, low, wide, sort of, post-war, wealth, I guess, the American dream coming to fruition. After World War II, people bought expensive cars, and this is pretty much the pinnacle of that sort of thing. And these cars rode on a longer wheelbase with 124 inches versus lesser Pontiacs, which had 122-inch wheelbase, so 124-inch wheelbase, coil springs all the way around, and again, iron drums, 10-inch or 11-inch drums all the way around. Interior is quite beautiful. You can see it has two-tone vinyl, and that's factory stuff right there. The instrument panel is very ornate, chrome bezels. The steering wheel is pretty artistic, and the Pontiac logo right there on the bottom of the instrument panel, and the original AM radio right there, a rare bird right there. Hope it doesn't get crushed. We'll have to see. And again, speaking of wraparound windshields, here we have it again, and right here, a compound curve right there. And these were fairly big in NASCAR. Of course, that would have been the cheap Chieftain done up with a 389 four-barrel. And a lot of Pontiac racers had good luck with these cars in NASCAR racing in 1960 or 59, 60, 61. The Super Duty era was just around the corner at this point in time. But again, that's the story of this puppy right here. And if you want to learn more about this car, maybe buy a part or two, you can reach out to Paul Crozier at paulcroziervt@gmail.com. And Crozier spelled Crosier. So Paul Crozier VT@gmail.com to learn more about this car, maybe buy something. And when they come in with the crusher, we'll probably make some videos here to send them off with some memories. The videos will last forever. So that's the story of Pontiac's first year for the wide track styling right here. Thanks for watching this video. If you subscribe to the Steve Maggs YouTube channel, share this video with a friend, and thanks. We'll see you again tomorrow for another Junkyard Crawl video. We're back at it.